Senator and former military sergeant Tom Cotton once said, "Police officers put the badge on every morning, not knowing for sure if they'll come home at night to take it off." Today I'm going to talk about the importance and the importance of a police officer and the career of a police officer. Being a police officer is a career that many people think might be a little basic, and maybe people might think it's a little common, but honestly it's one of the most unique careers at the same time. It is important to know what it takes to become a police officer, the responsibilities that come with the job, and the perception that the people have of the police officers. Today, I will share with you the 3 different aspects of being a police officer. Really, what it takes to be a police officer, the duties and the abilities you have to be a police officer, and also you have to understand the adversity and the scrutiny that comes with being a police officer. Firstly, the qualifications to being a police officer. You have to go through some sort of police police training or police academy training. According to study.com, they learn state laws, criminal investigations, patrol procedures, firearm trainings, traffic control, defensive driving, self-defense, first aid, and computer skills. It normally takes, for this program in the police academy, it normally takes around 22 to 27 weeks, 27 weeks being the top, to complete the training and to be ready to go onto the battlefield. And that's not all. You have to have an education, obviously. They just can't have no normal person in the street, but at the same time, the education isn't that bad. What's only required for the education is, according to the allcriminaljusticeschools.com, in order to be a police officer, one is only required to have a high school diploma or a GED or even some college. But even though that's the case, many many police majors or law enforcement majors decide to go to college, to improve more in the field and learn more about the field, and just focus on making themselves better citizens, like obtaining a bachelor's degree, and even some go as far as obtaining a master's degree in the field of law enforcement, if one truly desires to. Now that I've discussed what it takes to be a police officer and the steps you have to do to get there, let me share with you the duties of a police officer. Law enforcement officers put themselves at risk to ensure the safety of their community. According to Henry P. Hevson, police officers provide 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week protection for their communities. They need to constantly be on their toes and make arrests, search and seizures, and use force. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we might see police officers just chilling on the side of the road, or police officers just like the quote-unquote getting donuts, you've probably seen The Simpsons, but no, there's more to that job. You always have to be aware. You're practically always on call, and you always got to be ready, and you always got to be expected, and expect the unexpected at the unexpected time. The second point I want to make is that police officers have to have a standard physical abilities. According to Jane Fortenberry, most job descriptions for the police officers include lifting, running, jumping, and using force to apprehend and detain criminal suspects. to expand on that more, I believe that in order to be a great officer, you have to be in outstanding physical shape, and that's why I think makes a good officer. And I believe that becoming a good officer, you need to have not only physical ability, but also pretty mental ability as well. Police officers needs to have good hand-eye coordinations in order to react, shoot their weapons precisely. So what I mean by that is that police have to be quick on the spot, and they practically have to always be one step ahead of their adversary or the criminal or the suspect that they are catching. Now that you know about that, I'm gonna share my last point, which is the controversy surrounding the profession. Cops are being accused of being racist, and I'm pretty sure we've all heard of that. So, but according to Emily Ertz, whilst 68% of the white Americans have a favorable view of the police, and only 40% of African Americans and 59% of Hispanics have favorable view towards cops. This has to do with the way law enforcement has racially prejudiced, or has racially been a little like judgy on the group of minority people. Cops are being accused of being overly violent. African Americans, 56%, are far likely to say police tactics are generally too harsh and comprehend. Hispanics, 33% and 26%. Police are under scrutiny every day they put the uniform on, even though they perhaps have done nothing wrong. People are always going to have a bad perception of them, and oftentimes they get booed or they get jeered. I didn't say cheered, I said jeered. To every time people see them, and all they're doing is just trying to do their job. And I think we kind of have to have thick blood and a strong skin to be a police officer. Although the profession of to conclude, although the profession of law enforcement officer is a common one, it does not mean that it is not unique. Officers have to overcome and endure steps of being an officer, to take up the responsibility with the profession, and do it all under adversity and scrutiny. President Barack Obama once said, "Understand, our police officers put their lives on the line for us every single day. They've got a tough job to do, maintain public safety, and hold accountable those who break the law."